Hello, let's do Wordle for Sunday, March 22nd. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with Kuth. All gray Kuth. All right, what are our common letters? S, L, R, N. So most of them. I like an A or an E, ideally, maybe both. Something like snare seems reasonable. I don't quite like doing that ER. I almost. If it's tempting to not do ER at least for one more guess. Let's do snarl for that reason. I think that's good. All right, ends in L, so it's not an ER word. There's also no R. Ooh, so is it one of those like basal words? We could do basil. At least that gets two different vowels. That's the first thing that came to mind. Let's do it. Yeah, trust the instinct. All right, got a three. After all grays, got a three with basil. I mean, basal at the very least was still available. Basal. I'm sure there were a bunch of others. We're about to find out with our analysis, but first, let's spin the members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. All right, it will be choir, suggested by 9 Iron Shore. So if you'd like to follow along, tomorrow we'll be starting with choir. All right, maybe we will acquire the answer. um, let's do analysis. Basil was our answer. The herb. Kuth was our start. And I was sent Kuth analysis because all gray generally doesn't analyze well on the spot. So the creator sends me a more in-depth analysis for me to use. So it says Seidel is the best follow-up. I did Snarl. Snarl is a 3.192 guesses left on average. All right, so it doesn't lose. It's not like this where it says these all lose. There are ways out. So I did Snarl. And then there were only three words left actually. Basil, as I said, basil, and then easel. Ooh, easel would have been fun. And actually, my guess was fine. Either basil or basil were the optimal guesses because you don't want to guess easel here. Because guessing easel will not tell you which of basil or basil it is. And so you're still going to have a 50-50 next. But if you go for basil or basil, you're guaranteed the answer after if it wasn't the answer itself. And so that's why it's average 1.667. So I just happened to get the correct guess there. It would have gone, according to this, I forget already, Seidel, S-I-D-L-E, which is slightly better than Laps. And then three answers left, alias, basil, or bliss. You can go for any of them, and it'll tell you which one it is. So like even alias will tell you which, because of the S at the end, I suppose. We'll tell you bliss versus basil. So that's enough. But so it would have a 1 and 3 to get in 3, otherwise it gets in 4. So it has to get about as lucky as I did. A little bit luckier than me, actually. Okay, let's try tails. Holy moly, it could get a 2. Otherwise, it's getting a 3, guaranteed. All right. No worse than 3 ever on that one. Is steel the same? Steel is even better. It's only basil. Wow. It's the only thing you can guess. So steel starters are guaranteed a 2 unless they just get completely stuck and can't think of it. But I mean, I thought of it really quickly, but I don't know if that's going to be typical. All right. Adieu is the most common starting word. Go train, and then Malik, and then basil. All right. From audio, we have an A and an I, so we still go train, Malik, basil. Wait, was it the same thing, or did I type audio twice? No, it's the same. Wow, I've never seen that before. Adieu and audio have the same optimal solve. Okay. Stare, very common starting word. Stare just gets basil in 2, maybe. If it otherwise it goes oasis, which would have been an answer in 2 recently. Could get a 3. I mean, it's like it's really up to luck. Like it could get in 2, it could get in 5. It's not going to lose though. That's quite trappy, whatever just happened there. Trace tries to get in too. It does not today. Salad. Of all the ones, it's not getting it. It gets a 3 or a 4. And then finally, clasp is the official bot starting word in hard mode. With the LAS, it goes salve. SALVE. Interesting. I don't know if I would have thought of that. From salve, we are down to basal, basal, and nasal. And you can go any of them, and you'll get it in 4 if you don't get it right away. So 3 or 4. Okay, let's check the official bot. Take a screenshot first. Okey-dokey. Save this. All right. And did I beat the bot? 95 skill, 62 luck, 3 steps. 3.6 is the average. That's pretty low. All right. After Kuth, I'm the one of very few people who did snarl. A lot of people weren't too concerned about REs here. So spare, snare, plane, spear, snail, learn. See, snail would have been fine because that doesn't have ER. Because it doesn't have either of them. Learn, plank, slain, raise, snarl. All right. I don't know. I like snarl. And then, it would have guessed basil or not easel. Yeah, so that was kind of the point. Clasp, salve, basil. So it gets lucky. Maybe it's the most common of them. 0.4% of people got basil in 1. 6.2%, 38.8%, 77.4%, 95.9%, greater than 99%. So yeah, not a tough word today. If you're losing on basis or basin. So this BASI trap is nasty, but I think it's really hard to get into. So that's probably why we don't have a whole lot of losses from it. But there are quite a few BASI words. All right, losing on basal. Bassage. All right, let's check non-hard mode. I wonder if we're gonna get another greater than 99 today. We might. Okay. Some more stuff. 317. People like Kuth. Interesting. I didn't realize Kuth was something people started with other than... Maybe the all grays, it gets confused about other readers in the same scenario. I'm not sure how accurate this is to everyone who started with that word and no one else. Anyway, we've got raise, spare, plane, arise, dream, laser, slime, plane, ready. Raise is what the bot would pick as well. All right, but I still got a 3. It does slate basil. So yeah, the slate anagrams seem to be doing very well today. 0.4% got basil in 1 in regular mode as well. 4.5, 30.8, 69.4, 92.5. Is that high enough? It's not. 98.9. So people are losing on basis, basic, basin. Yeah, so it's the trap. Some people are getting into that. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And that is it for Wordle. If you want to watch the New York Times games, you can click right at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.